What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Super Brothers podcast.
Super Brothers.
There we go. I am one of your hosts, James McCrae,
I'm the other host, Don Woods.
and we are the Super Brothers.
Super Brothers.
Super Brothers. And for all of y'all who are joining us for the first time, make sure you are telling people about it, subscribing, rating, doing all the stuff you're supposed to do for podcasts to make them popular. Ours isn't popular yet, but we're counting on you to help.
It's all on you,
It's
the
all on
listeners.
you. Yeah, so welcome because we are today going to have a very special episode. Not like a special episode from the 80s where, that meant a sitcom was about to do something real serious, like Punky Brewster getting one of her friends getting stuck in an old refrigerator and the
Damn,
Bicycle
that's a
Man.
throwback.
Yeah, the Bicycle Man on Different Strokes where he was I don't even know how to say it more, molesting one of the friend or trying to molest Dudley and Arnold.
Yep,
Um,
yep, I remember
yeah,
that one. Yeah,
those were the very special episodes. Or Saved by
this
the
is not
Bell.
that.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell when she said, "I'm so excited,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so scared." So this isn't
yep,
that, but it's a special episode because we have closed out 2025. We are into
hmm
2026, and we want to talk about some of the things in 2025 that were hype to us, good to us, bad to us. Just
hmm
what's our list for 2025? And we're not doing just the standard stuff, the best of. We're doing a few things of categories that we'll reveal shortly that are more us.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Unique to us.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all right. So how you want to kick this off? You just want to do the standard stuff first, then get into the.
We could do a mix, maybe. We go one standard, then one unique to us, back and forth, maybe.
All right.
What do you think?
Works for me.
All right.
We do so much planning ahead of time.
This is part of the magic of the Super Brothers.
Exactly. All right.
Cool.
So you want to start with best TV show?
Yeah, let's do best TV.
Okay. I suspect we might have the same thing on here.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You want
So
to do
yeah,
it?
for the listeners, we have our own separate lists. James is
Yeah.
going, we'll go back and forth. I'll talk about my things. James will talk about his for each category. But yeah, for best TV, we'll probably land in the same place.
All right, I'm gonna
Um,
count it down. Three, two, one. Andor.
Andor.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. So for this one, I considered some other things. I mentioned in the last episode, Pluribus is very high on my list after that great first season. We didn't talk about this show on the podcast, but Severance was very high on my
hmm
list. But at the end of the day, it's Andor.
Yeah. I would say for me there was a lot of stuff that was high on my list. Some stuff that might show up on the list later, but like
hmm
Cobra Kai was high on my list for this
Uh,
year. The Adolescence, that was probably the one that was really a contender for me as
I've heard it's
far
good. I
as
haven't watched
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And yeah, that one that was up there. And I got a lot of stuff that I enjoyed, but when it comes to best, like I enjoyed Daredevil being back. We covered it on here, but
Yep.
as we discussed on the show, there were some flaws. Um
hmm
and yeah, so I'm gonna stick with mine, Andor.
Awesome. All
All
right.
right,
That one was easy.
there we go.
You want to go to a fun category or like a unique category, or do we?
Sure.
All right. I'm just gonna pick one from our list. Biggest surprise.
That one's easy for me.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And by the way, listeners, some of our categories include all the type of stuff we covered, like video games, TV, movies. I don't think I have any comic books on mine, but that is something we keep saying we're going to cover. But okay, so for biggest surprise, I have a mix of things. So for me, I'll tell you some of the things I considered. So we didn't talk about this much on the podcast. I may have mentioned it, but I did watch all of Alien Earth. Spoiler alert, minor spoiler for Alien Earth. It's not really about xenomorphs,
Mm.
um, which was a big surprise for me. I won't get into too much, but it's kind of about humans, and like specifically like these hybrid humans that are kind of a new thing in the alien universe, alien slash
Okay.
predator universe. So that was a surprise to have a Alien Earth TV show with like, that's not really about xenomorphs. Another surprise for me was Superman being fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I had worries. We talked about this on the podcast, but that was a much welcome surprise.
Yep.
Another thing that was pretty good, and I didn't know if it was going to be, was your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So that was, did you watch that?
Oh, the show. Yes.
The show.
Yes. I was like,
Yes.
that didn't come out yet. But no, yes. Yep.
But at the top of my list for biggest surprise of 2025 is a video game, and it is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh.
I think I talked about it here. It was the second big launch title for Switch 2, besides Mario Kart World. And Donkey Kong Bonanza is that game. Like it was so much fun. And I had never played a Donkey Kong game before. Like I'd sort of messed around with Donkey Kong Country, like one of those, and didn't really get into it. But yeah, who knew that Donkey Kong Bonanza would be one of the top games of the year. So that's my
Ooh.
surprise. What
All
you
right.
got?
Here's my surprise. The only category that actually has a video game for me is going to be the video game category.
Okay. That's
Um,
not a surprise.
no. And I enjoyed Donkey Kong Bonanza too. I still haven't finished it. Still
Hmm.
haven't finished it. I feel like I haven't even gotten really significantly in there too. But I have started traveling with my Switch more. Cosmic Invasion I've been playing, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there. Biggest surprise. I'll go through some of the stuff like I saw this isn't my answer, but I saw the preview for Sinners and I was
Hmm.
like,
Yeah,
all right.
that's actually a good one. Yeah.
I
Yep.
was like, all right, it's a little monster, but I was like, but it Coogler and Michael B. Jordan doing another thing, and I was like, the whole thing about it would be twins, but the fact that it was such a layered movie and just
Hmm.
such a great script, and it just turned out to be a great movie, and so that was a surprise
Yeah.
for me.
Yep.
But my biggest surprise for 2025 is Pluribus. I it wasn't on my
Yeah.
radar. It
Yes,
wasn't on my
sir.
radar at all. When you started talking about it, I was like, what is this pick Don is talking about? I think we talked about in the episode a little that I had seen no previews for it
Yep.
or anything. And then even after the first episode, I was like, all right, it's good, but let's see where it goes. And
Hmm.
just the level of character stuff. That's what I really love about it. It's such a character driven show. So yeah,
Yep.
my biggest surprise for 2025 was Plur One Bus.
Awesome. Much like the
Yeah.
hive mind, I'm very happy to hear
Don't do anything to undermine my
that.
happiness of your happy.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Where we going next?
I feel like we got more fun stuff than we do standard stuff, so why don't we do another
Definitely.
fun one?
Okay.
What about the things you enjoyed in 2025 that wasn't released in 2025?
Oh yeah. All right. All right. You want to start?
Yeah, I can start. So I'm cheating a little bit
Hmm.
because I got two that are at the top of my list. But as I talk, I'm gonna come to a conclusion of which one it is.
All right.
Um, One was a season actually aired in 2025, but I started from the beginning in 2025, which is Handmaid's Tale. Um,
Oh, okay.
so I watched
Okay.
the entire series in 2025, and man,
Gotcha.
it's a damn good show.
Okay.
It's a
Haven't watched
damn
it.
good show. And so I picked this order though because while it is a good show, well acted, just a great story. I think it ended in a great place, in a place that would made sense for the show. What I really have on the top of my list is I got back into Naruto Shippuden.
Okay.
And so I've been all of 25. I'm still watching it because it's like 500 some episodes.
Yeah.
Um, but I got back into it while I was like working out. That's the show I watch and
Hmm.
just love. I remember why I love Naruto so much. because it was such a big, daunting task to watch all of them, I kind of fell off a while ago, a couple years ago even. And one
Hmm.
day I was just like, let me see what Naruto talking about. For those of you who've watched Naruto, I am in the midst. The war just ended, not ended. The war just came to a good spot, and I'm just like, man, they somehow make this show get better and better. And the reason I had stopped watching too was it had come to a natural conclusion for that show. Like
Okay.
one of the episodes where I was like, this should be the finale. So this is
Hmm.
a good time for me to walk away for a while. And I just didn't think it could stay good, and it has. So if you're a Naruto fan, keep watching.
Nice. Brother, we need to talk more anime. We don't cover any on this show.
We don't. We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's admittedly it's a little bit of a gap for me when it comes to nerd stuff, but I've always wanted to get more into it.
Well,
Yeah.
the new stuff is a gap for me because I'm like a 90s anime kid.
Yeah.
But the fact that they had two like major anime movies in theaters this year or in
Yep.
2025 that did amazingly well, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Maybe there's a platform or a space for this now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what's
Very
yours?
cool. So my list is basically video games. So one of the ones on my list, because of my son, I've finally really gotten into Super Smash Bros.
Ah, okay.
And I've had the game since, to be clear, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on Switch.
Okay.
And I've had it since it came out on Switch and just never, like I dabbled, but never got into it. But my son, because he's into all things Nintendo, this idea that you could have all these Nintendo characters fighting each other, he loves it. And so he's really pulled me into it. And it's an awesome game. I just never really gave it much time. So that's one thing. That's one that I consider, but that's not my final answer.
Okay. Okay.
My final answer is another video game that came out last year, but I played it this year, and it sent me down like a rabbit hole. And I've talked about it before here, I think, but Metaphor Refantasio.
Oh yeah.
So from
Metaplastic
Atlas.
Fantasio. Yeah.
So Metaphor is a game from a company called Atlas, and they make these really awesome kind of anime turn-based Japanese RPGs, role-playing games. And after I played and finished Metaphor, I was like, I need to play like all of their games. So it led me to play Persona 5 Royal, Persona 3 Reload, and a bunch of, and I'm looking at a bunch of other anime or a bunch of other JRPG titles now because of Metaphor. So it's opened up this whole new world for me of modern JRPGs. So that's my pick.
Okay. Cool. I will say I've never played that. Um, I
It's
will
it's a
say
long it's a long game too.
the title is long, so no, but if Super Smash Brothers, it's funny because so I knew this dude who he used to work for me. I was his supervisor, and he ended up I don't think he dropped out of school, but he started being a professional video game
Hmm.
caller. Like not a playing, but he
Okay.
was the one that was calling the matches, like when he was
Oh,
doing that.
interesting. I
And
never thought about how that's a job. Yeah.
yeah, and that his main one that he did was for Super Smash Bros. And
Hmm.
that's when I started learning like, oh, this is big. People
Yeah.
are like really into this. And I tried playing it once and I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And so I never played it again. So maybe this is a time for me to pick up those sticks and see if it's something that I just wasn't into at the time. So,
Yeah. It's worth getting into. Yeah.
all right.
Cool. If we go back to standard stuff, you want to do best movie or best performance?
Let's do best performance.
All right. Cool. I had two on my list. One is, and I feel like as we talk through these, I probably could have added more, but I'm gonna stick with these two. So one is our brother who played Smoke and Stack,
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan in Sinners.
Yep. That's a great one.
And the other one is our new Superman, David Cornsweet. And I'm going with David Cornsweet. And here's why.
Well,
David
before you say
Cornsweet,
why,
yeah.
I'm just gonna say David Cornsweet is mine.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Then
Hmm.
we probably have some of the same reasons. Dude had arguably the weight of Warner Brothers, DC on his shoulders, right? He's playing Superman, like the superhero, right? After a very troubled history of Superman in movies,
Yep.
and he knocked it out of the park. Superman, the movie was awesome, mainly because of for many reasons, but primarily because he works as Superman and Clark Kent,
Yep.
and it brings me joy to see that my son like has his Superman, and
Yeah.
it's a good Superman,
Yep.
David Cornsweet.
Yeah. Because for as much as I love Henry Cavill, because I think Henry Cavill is great. I oh, I just changed one of my answers as I said that. Um,
What?
as I love Henry Cavill because he does a lot of great stuff. He's like a super fan stuff, but he was never. I don't think he was ever any one Superman. Just because
Right.
the Zack Snyder verse just wasn't. It felt
Yeah.
like it wasn't the permanent thing.
Right.
This feels more permanent. It feels like he's going to be around for a while. And it just feels like he's doing what the character ultimately was supposed to do. He's giving hope to a whole franchise. So I agree, David Cord Sweat, and yeah, Smoke and Stack, perfect.
Amazing.
They were great.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
great. But yeah, because of, like you said, the weight that was on him, because of that, the performance could have been my biggest surprise of the year too. If
Yeah. That's
because
true.
it was
Yeah.
just it was great.
Huh, I'm surprised that we landed in the same place on that one.
I was like, he ain't gonna pick that one. So all right,
All
let's go back to fun stuff.
right.
What about the stuff that was supposed to be really good, but I didn't see it?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So I'll start. I have two, but I'll say my runner up and my first. The runner up, we talked about a little bit when we were talking about Wonder Man in the last episode. It just seems like it's a show that's right up my alley. Everybody keeps coming, but like, did you watch it? Did you watch it yet? And it's because, my interest in movies and film and everything. But it is your boy Seth Rogen's The Studio.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah. Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
Um, and therefore
By
can't
the
say much
way,
about it.
yeah. By the way, my list, I tried to focus on stuff we would cover here.
Yeah.
Um, but one of my things for this category is maybe something we would cover here, but maybe not. But anyway, just wanted to note that
They,
the studio is also on my list, but I didn't put it on here because I didn't feel like it was quite nerd culture.
yeah. I've got other categories where I had the same dilemma where I was like, I'm just gonna do it anyway because they
Sounds
were
good.
big enough for
Yep.
me. But the winner in this category for me absolutely is, and we've talked about it before, it's Severance. Um,
Yeah.
so I wish I watched it. I did not watch it. I will watch it.
You still can.
Yeah.
Only 2 seasons so far. All right. So mine, since I was just talking about this, I'll just say it now. I have one on my list that's, I don't think is nerd culture, but I hear it is very action forward. One battle after another. I know it's not sci-fi, that sort of shit, but I've heard it's pretty much an action movie in many ways. I don't
In
know.
a lot of ways.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's on my list. It's not at the top though. A couple of other things, Peacemaker,
Yep.
which you know.
Yep. Hmm.
I feel like you put this on the list because you knew that I would have an answer in Peacemaker. And then Predator content. I didn't see Badlands. Also didn't see Killer of Killers.
I didn't
I've
see
heard
Killer
those.
of Killers. I saw
Heard they're great.
Badlands though.
Yeah,
Badlands good. Badlands was
yeah,
good.
yeah. But I got to go with being a gamer. I got to go with a game that basically won all of the Game of the Year awards. It's been at the top of the list for game of the year since it was released, and that is Clear Obscure Expedition 33, which is a RPG. It's not a JRPG because it's actually from a French company. So it's an FRPG, but it ran away with like all the awards this year, and I haven't played it yet. It's on my list, but it's supposed to be like that game,
Man,
and I
it's
haven't
called
played it.
Claire Stetter 125. What is it?
Clair Obscure Expedition 33.
Yeah.
We've talked about it on this podcast. It's the one where every year people of a certain age are going to get blipped, die basically.
Hmm.
And then the current age is 33. And like every year, these people go on the expedition to try to stop the entity that's blipping everybody. So yeah, it's supposed to be amazing, but I haven't played it. So
All
that's my
right.
thing.
Okay. What's your go? Where are we going?
Let's go best movie.
Okay. Is this a me
Um,
start? You start. You start.
no, I guess I'm starting. So I guess this mirrors my best two performances. I had two things on my list, Sinners and Superman.
Hmm.
In this case, I'm giving it to Sinners.
All right.
And I don't know what else to say about Sinners that we haven't said in a previous episode or many episodes, but Sinners
I
is
don't
that
know what to
movie.
say about Buck Nasty that hasn't been said about Afghanistan.
He looks bombed out and depleted. But no, Sinners, like you said earlier, this could have been on my surprise list. Like, who knew? Like, who knew that Ryan Coogler would come out with this vampire movie set in the Deep South back in the day
An
that's
original
about
too.
that's
Original screenplay.
original. Yeah. And that is truly a vampire movie, but it's also about race and
Hmm.
culture and America and music and art. So,
Yep.
yeah, Sinners.
Yes. Sinners was amazing. Sinners is my runner-up in this category.
I think I know what your number one is.
Yeah. And we talked about this before because I think
Yep, we did. Yep, yep,
I was in trouble with the people, or at least we thought I
yep,
might be. But one battle after another is the one that I gave it for best movie.
yep,
It's just a really damn good movie. And I
yeah.
don't want to spoil anything for you or anything, but just the performances there. I mean, there's race, there's it's even though it was filmed prior to all the stuff going on with like ICE and all
Mm,
that, it still is very relevant to what's happening right now.
hmm.
And it just the performances, much like Sinners, was just great. So it ekes out Sinners by just a little bit,
Okay,
by just a
okay,
little bit.
cool. Like I said, it's high on my list of things that I did not see.
An obscure one. What about it's my turn?
Yep.
Yep. The biggest fall off between seasons.
Yeah, that one was a tough one for me, but I did come up with something.
Okay. Mine is first, right?
Yep.
Again, this whole category for me, I didn't come up with stuff that we would usually talk about on this show.
Okay.
But I am still going to argue that we need to have our What is Nerd Culture
Yeah, we
episode
should
so we can finally have it out once and for all
truly
of what we can
define
talk
what it
about.
is. Yep.
So my runner up here was Abbott Elementary. Um,
Oh,
I love that
interesting.
show.
Hmm.
I love it. And for some reason, it's a slog for me this season. Like I keep going
Huh.
back to it, like, it doesn't feel like it feels like the same old beats are being hit
Hmm.
now. And I'm like, they might need to do something new. And the finale of the mid-season finale puts them in a different place than they were, so that might give it some reinvigoration. But yeah, it was just like y'all doing the same old stuff that y'all been doing for the last 3 years now. So
Hmm.
what's new and fresh about it? And much like a lot of shows, when two characters get together, it's like that will they, won't they is gone. And
Yeah.
yeah. But my I don't think this would be nerd culture, but my real one is Reacher.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it, but I know what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher, which was, the books, it's a famous book series. Your
Yep.
boy Tom Cruise made two
Yep.
movies where, again, the Reacher character is supposed to be like 6'7" and huge, but Tom
Six,
Cruise,
seven,
yeah, eight,
six,
nine,
seven.
8, 9. But yeah, but the first two seasons were just fun. Like it wasn't even like a show that I take seriously. It's like, oh, we just about to watch Reacher whoop ass for most of this show.
Hmm.
Um, and the first two shows had a high like military plot, that type thing. The third
Hmm.
season went really small with it. Like it was about this one little like he helps this guy. I can't even say it without spoiling it, but it just it was like, this doesn't even feel like a Reacher show anymore. It feels like a different show. So it wasn't as fun. The only fun part to me really was there was this dude who was way bigger than him. So this dude was like a beast, and I was like, they teased them fighting all season, so we finally get it towards
Okay.
the end. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, so I had to stretch a little bit for this one because, like I said, I struggled with it, but I did keep it nerd culture. It's kind of a stretch to say this is between seasons, but Daredevil. Right? Because it's technically a new Daredevil show, but it actually is the what, fourth season, fifth season of Daredevil, fourth season. Yeah,
Yeah,
four.
fourth season.
Yeah. And yeah, I'd say compared to Netflix and the third season of Daredevil on Netflix, kind of felt like it fell off. So
But it's born
Daredevil.
again, Don. It's
Hey,
born again.
same actors continuing the story. It's to me, it's season four.
All right.
So I'll call that a fall off between seasons.
Okay. Where you want to go next?
Let's see, what's left? What's left? We got best video game. We got a few fun categories. Um, yeah, let's just do best video game and then we can, close it out with the fun stuff.
Hereby come down again with some long name with a number and
Actually, you're
Bakaraki.
right.
Bakaraki number three. Let's go.
All right, so I got four things I considered. I'll go through them
Okay.
quickly. I am the gamer on this podcast,
Hmm.
but Split Fiction was a game I really enjoyed. It's this strictly co-op game where you have two characters who are authors. One does sci-fi and one does fantasy, and they're caught in this simulation. And each one of their worlds, you have to kind of play through it. So you play through fantasy, then you play through sci-fi. Super inventive, the way that you have to help each other. It's strictly co-op, split screen, the whole thing. Really great game. The dialogue is kind of shitty. The story is not that great, but the game itself is a lot of fun. So that's one of them. Of course, I've talked about this over and over again on the podcast, but Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a good time. It's very Marvel, like, lots of Easter eggs and fun characters and all that stuff. So that was a good one. Not at the top of the list, but a good time. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I've talked about that already. Great video game. But the thing that I have to go with at the top of my list, and I kind of hinted at this earlier, is Persona 3 Reload, which I technically have not finished yet, but I'm more than halfway through it, and I can definitely say this was my best video game of the year. Now, a point of clarification. This game was released on other platforms last in 2024.
Okay.
However, it came to Switch 2 in a Switch 2 version as of last year, 2025. So I'm kind of, stretching it a little bit in that way, but it was newly released on Switch as of 2025. Like it wasn't on Switch 1, came out for Switch 2 in 2025. And so that's where I played it. Fantastic game. It really nails the whole Atlas formula for me in a way that, like, I loved Metaphor Refantasio. When it comes to Persona, everybody loves Persona 5 Royal. Like, that's the game.
Hmm.
I played it, I finished it, but I was kind of like, it's fine. But Persona 3 is the one that really resonates with me. And that's my best video game this year or 2025.
Okay. Mine's pretty easy because I don't play that many video games. So the
Yeah.
one I played the most, even though it's only been in the last few weeks, Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
All right.
Yep.
I'm happy.
And
That
Don's
makes me happy as well.
Yeah. Don has said enough about it, but it's just fun. It reminds me of the Marvel X-Men arcade game
Yep.
from back in the
Yep.
day, and it just yeah, so it's fun. It's not often that I like while somebody else is doing something in the room, I pick up the video game and play, and that's
Mhm.
one that I've been doing that with. Like, oh, you're gonna do that, I'm
It's
gonna
great
go
for that.
play some
Yeah.
Marvel Invasion. So yeah, so
Yep.
yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Thank you for turning me on to it.
No problem.
All
I'm,
right.
I'm seeing I'm seeing a theme for 2025. Like I've introduced you to a few things.
You have introduced me to a lot. You have introduced me to a lot. I will say maybe I was in my rut of only sticking to the stuff that I know, but Don is broadening my mind and horizons.
Makes me feel
Maybe.
again like a hive mind. I'm so
There you go.
happy. All right. Your pick.
Is it my pick?
Yeah.
Really?
For I think all we're left with is the categories that are unique to us.
Yep. We did that. Did that.
I think we
Oh,
got three left.
all right. Biggest. Oh no, I'm gonna say best ending or finale.
Oh yeah. Okay, we got like four left. Yeah.
End of an era.
Yep.
Yeah. So
What you
I go
got?
first, right?
Yep.
So this this runner up, I don't know if it was the best ending. I think people would say that they expect me to say Andor here because it was the the show, the season two was great. It's the last season of the show because it leads into the movie, all
Yep.
that. But for me, that didn't feel like a finale of something because it leads into something. It just didn't
Yeah.
feel like that. So things that felt really like big finales. This one just made it in for 2025. I'm gonna say Stranger Things is a runner
Oh,
up.
okay.
Just, and I know I'm just a completionist. I put so much time into this show that I'm just
Hmm.
like, even though it's only supposed to be a couple years later, the characters are like in their
Oh,
30s,
right.
but not the characters, sorry, the actors are in their 30s and the characters are still in high school. But I will say this, it ended pretty good. Not great, pretty
Okay.
good. I would say the
Okay.
things that there's this thing that some finales do, almost like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, where the actual big thing happens, but then you got like 45 minutes of show left. And
Yeah.
they did that, and it was all just about wrapping up all the character stuff.
Yep.
And I think that could have
Yep.
been a lot shorter.
Hmm.
But all in all, it was a Stranger Things finale. The way it ended was the way it was probably supposed to end. But for me, I'm gonna say you may not think it's genre, you may not think it's nerd stuff,
Okay.
but best ending finale of the year for me was Cobra Kai in
Okay.
2025. Just this show was a hit from beginning to end. It was a show that was all about nostalgia. So if
Hmm.
you're not a big Karate Kid fan, it probably won't hit like that for you. But just the thing that I keep saying is a lot of shows veer off from the premise by the time the finale has ended. And this
Yeah.
show brought you back to it and was like, we remember what the show is called. We remember what it's about. And even though we went a bunch of different places, we're going to wrap it all up in a nice little
Nice.
bow. And I love
All
where the
right.
characters ended. Yeah, Cobra Kai. That's my best finale for 2025.
Cool. I picked Andor.
Ah.
And I get what you're saying about how, yeah, it rolls into Rogue One and everything, but I still need to rewatch Rogue One. But let's be real, Rogue One is not Andor,
No.
right?
Nope.
And Rogue One is great. But as far as like end of an era, which is part of what we talked about for this category, Andor is an era. And like it's its own thing. We're not going to see this again in Star Wars. And yeah, it's Andor.
It's Andor. All right.
Cool.
I think we've talked about Andor, so
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Um,
Let's see. Let's see. All right. Biggest disappointment.
this is gonna be controversial for me. Okay.
Oh yeah. All right. Everything, almost everything on my list is Marvel related.
Mm-hmm.
So There's one thing that's not. So the one thing that's not is Alien Earth. And I
Mhm.
mentioned before how, it's an alien TV show that's barely about xenomorphs. That wasn't really the issue. Like I actually like what they were trying to do. They just did not stick the landing for season one.
That's what I hear.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's setting up an interesting season two, but their way to get there was just off. It was just off.
Okay.
So ultimately, it was a decent show until that finale. So Alien Earth was a disappointment. All right, everything else is Marvel. So Captain America: Brave New World.
Hmm.
Not much else to say there. Ironheart. We talked about that here.
We did.
Uh, Marvel Zombies. It was okay, but I wanted it to be much better. But at the top of my list for biggest disappointment of 2025 is, of course,
Thunderbolts.
Fantastic
Oh, I
Four.
thought it
No,
was gonna be
not
Thunderbolts
Thunderbolts.
for you.
Thunderbolts, I didn't have high expectations anyway.
Okay.
Fantastic Four for me was supposed to be the big thing, right? Like we're bringing in the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, into the MCU. As you know, in our podcast or in our episode, I talked about how run in the run up to it, I was like, "Ooh, I think maybe we might see Doom and we might see Victor Von Doom and and the trailer is making us think that this is how the Fantastic Four gets into the MCU universe and even in the movie they did the fake out a couple times, right? Yeah, ultimately I was disappointed.
Well,
So, Fantastic Four.
for all those reasons that you just said, and maybe my answer isn't as controversial as I thought, mine is Fantastic Four.
Ah, okay.
That was my biggest disappointment for 2025. And again, not that it wasn't an enjoyable movie or it wasn't good.
Right.
Like I have fun with the movie. It
Yeah, same.
just didn't give me that big Marvel is back. And
Right.
that's what they were setting it up for.
Yep.
And if I'm being honest, it felt rushed as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic Four.
So what about I'm kind of speed running through so we can
Yep.
get to the end of
Yep.
this one. Most gangster moment.
Yeah.
I I I had a hard time with this category
Hmm.
because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say anything Luthen did in Andor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my runner up. Anything
Yep.
Luthen did in Andor.
Yep.
But my winner is still in Andor,
Hmm.
and it is
Oh, I
Critic
know. I
putting
know.
his finger on Dedra's head.
Okay.
When
That's not exactly what I thought, but yes. Yes, that's a
that was
great
my
one.
most gangster moment of 2025. I was
Ah, that's good.
dying laughing when that happened.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't put that on my list. I should have. On my list, I have Luthen. I also have this is coming back to Alien Earth. There's a character named Moro, and like kind of like Luthen, it was like everything he did was gangsta. He's a runner-up. I also have Mr. Terrific not being interested in Lois's problems.
That is that's up there. I will
Yep.
co-sign that all day.
Yep. But my winner, who has a few gangster moments, is my main man Manusos from Pluribus. So,
Yep.
one of his gangster moments, which was a runner-up, is him threatening the hospital staff immediately after waking up out of his coma or surgery or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And this is probably recency bias, but my favorite moment was when he called his mom a bitch before rolling down a hill to start his car on his way to Albuquerque.
So I'll be honest, Manusos was in my list, in my running, and it was either gonna be the mom moment or when he looked them in the eye when they were like, "We'll even bring your car," and he was like,
And he
and
torches his
torched
car.
the car like
Yep.
nothing in this world belongs to you to give.
Yep.
Nothing is for yours to give. So
Yep.
that's my dog, Manusos.
Yes. But yeah, great pick with Krennic. And somehow I didn't remember or I left that off my list. It should have been. But
It
I'm
just
I'm stick
again, it was such a surprise moment for me too. I was just like, did
and
he
a
just
surprise for her.
yeah.
That was so good. All
All
right.
right.
What we have
I
anything
think it's
left
just the
or
most anticipated for
is it?
2026. I think so.
Awesome. All right. We're doing good on time.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no,
Last thing
no.
huh?
The biggest I didn't get it, but other
Oh
folks.
yes. Oh yes. All right. And this is me. I'm going first, right?
Yep.
Thunderbolts.
I
I
knew
feel
that was
like
going to be your
when
answer.
you picked this category, and I feel like this was your Christmas gift to me because you knew I would have an easy answer.
Yep.
To be clear to everyone, the category is biggest. I didn't get it, but other folks liked it. And my answer is Thunderbolts. And that's no surprise if you've been listening to this podcast.
Yep.
Uh,
And I'm
I,
just going
I,
to
I
still
want to
disagree.
I want to rewatch it. It's on Disney Plus now. I want to go back and rewatch it because I didn't get it.
Yeah. I will still agree with you on the end stuff of them becoming the new Avengers and the fact that old girl is just not going to jail or whatever it is.
Yeah,
But the
yeah,
movie itself for me just superseded all of that.
yep, yep.
I cheated in this category. I did the biggest. I didn't get why people hated it so much.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Um, and you've already mentioned this movie, Captain America: Brave New World. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think there
You
were
you
some
really you really
disappointing.
don't get it?
There were some very disappointing things about it, but I think
Hmm.
it's the level of hate it gets. And I will be honest that my bias might come from the fact that people really, really hate on Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And I like Falcon and Winter Soldier a
I do
lot.
too. Yep.
And I think it just carried over into this. And maybe I'm just sensitive about it because I was like, there's a lot wrong with this movie, but there's a
Hmm.
lot wrong with a lot of Marvel movies that people love. And so I was just like, really? Like, this is the one that is
Yeah.
that much hate?
Yeah.
But now I say that with the grain of salt of one of the biggest problems of that movie was it was a Hulk sequel with no Hulk.
Yep.
And somehow we are getting a Hulk in a Spider-Man movie
Hmm.
next year and not even this one. So it's like, what y'all doing? But okay.
Yep.
But that was the one I just didn't get why it was so much hate. So
Yeah.
disagree with me if
Yeah.
you want.
Like no, like it's on my disappointment list, but yeah, I don't hate it. And I think a lot of why people hate it, this is what I meant earlier when I was like, you don't get it, is people still don't like the idea of Black Captain America.
Yep.
And you know what? I'll be generous. I'll be generous. People don't like the idea of non-Steve Rogers Captain America,
Yeah,
but
but you was right the first time. So,
Yeah.
and if I'm
Yeah.
being serious, because we didn't get a chance to do that episode, that's what I really want to do a WWJD. What would James do for
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Because I think there was a way to really take what happened in Falcon and Winter Soldier and lead into this movie a little more. Like I
Mm.
think we checked the box from Falcon and Winter Soldier, like, oh man, they have a problem with a black Captain America. Okay, well, he came in a suit. He's Captain America now.
Yeah.
And in this movie, we dealt with none of that, right? It was
No.
just, he's it. And that's
Yep.
it. So that's why I would love to do a WWJD on that one.
Yeah. Yep.
All
All
right.
right. Final category. And it's a perfect place to end. Most anticipated for 2026.
Is this me first?
Yeah, it's you first. Yep.
Uh, I'm not gonna say I cheat a lot, but I cheated. There's a lot happening this year. Like
Yeah, there is. Yep.
there's Spider-Man Brand New Day, there's
Yep.
Supergirl, there's Doomsday.
Hmm.
Um,
There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So all of that makes my most anticipated for 2026. Kind of wrapping all those things together is my anticipation is about one, will Marvel be able to pull it off? And
Okay.
if they're doing it. And
Okay.
two, because Superman was so good, we've got Supergirl coming, and I think we got one more DC thing coming. We got we got lanterns, we got all this stuff. So I'm really wondering. with this new DC and with Marvel really trying to bring it back, will superhero fatigue be over? And will we
Okay.
get back to some really, really good and maybe even elevated because we'll have both DC and Marvel doing good things.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my anticipation is does the superhero movie make a comeback?
All
A
right.
real comeback.
That's cool. I dig it.
Mm,
Yep. All right. So I have some of that. So I tried to, because there's so much, I tried to really cut my list down to the very top. So at the very top, not this isn't number one, but at the very top, there's Doomsday, right? As much as I've, talk shit about like the trailers and bringing Captain America back and all this stuff, it's still highly anticipated. I want
mhm.
to see what they do. I want to see how Robert Downey Jr. is Doom. Like, I'm so curious about all of it. So that's high on the list. Also in the video games category, lots of good stuff coming. So 007 First Light is really high on my list, and I love that it's going to be on Switch too. It'd be high on my list if it was only PlayStation, but it's on Switch, so the idea
No.
of playing that on the go, super exciting to me. And I'm a big James Bond fan, so really looking forward to that one. Wolverine is also on the list.
Yeah.
Wolverine, the video game. Also, this is kind of what you just did, but kind of a broader thing, but like having more third party hits like on Switch. So like Clair Obscur, which I talked about before, like part of why I haven't played it yet is I'm waiting for it to come to Switch too. And I know it's going to happen. So I'm just kind of waiting that out.
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals, we've talked about before how we really want that on Switch too. So yeah, more third party hits. One that I considered, and I want to call it out why it's not quite there, but I considered it, is the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Yeah.
So I considered it because it's going to be the first Star Wars movie since The Rise of Skywalker. So it's a huge deal. However, it's not really high on my list because unless it's better than a couple of episodes of The Mandalorian, it doesn't really justify its existence as a movie.
Yeah.
But at the top of my list is a video game. And not only is it a video game, it is going to be the biggest cultural moment of the year if it actually is released in this year. And that is, of course, Grand Theft
Grand
Auto
Theft Auto
6.
6. Yep.
That shit is going to tank the economy. Like everybody's going to call in sick. It's going to be a major cultural event if and when that drops.
We're gonna be in our 50s when that drops. But I appreciate
That is quite
I
possible.
I
Quite possible.
appreciate that that's on your list.
But yeah, that's at the top for me. Again, just because it's gonna be just this amazing moment for culture. Like you're gonna see it on the news all the time. It's what everybody's gonna be talking about. Things are gonna be,
Yep.
you know, people are gonna change their release schedules. They already have because of that game. Everything, like not just video games, but
Yep.
movies, TV, like it's all gonna be shifted to make room for that game. So top of my list.
All right. Well, cool. I got a couple more things that I just, as I looked at my list, I was like, oh, I forgot. I said I was changing one that I didn't end up changing. Yeah, which was well, just a couple things I want to mention is one was the finale. Like it was, I didn't mention that it was in my running up, but it was Squid Game
Oh, okay.
finale. I enjoyed that. Fall off between seasons though, there was two. I didn't mention no, sorry, this wasn't fall off between seasons. This was it's kind of fall off between seasons, but it's something that I didn't watch because I just kind of lost interest. Black
Hmm.
Mirror had a new season this
Oh,
past year and just didn't hear about it, didn't do anything.
yeah.
But the one I wanted to change was when I said Reacher for the biggest fall off between seasons.
Hmm.
The real answer, and I'm changing it officially now, is because remember I was talking about Henry Cavill and how much I love him.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
Witcher.
The Witcher.
The
Yeah.
Witcher. I still enjoyed a lot of what was going on, but not the stuff with the actual Witcher himself, like the dude, because Henry Cavill left the show.
Yep.
Um,
There's a
They got
Hemsworth, right?
Hemsworth in there, Liam
Yeah.
Hemsworth, and he does a fine job. It's just that Henry Cavill did a great job, and
Okay.
it was like all the interesting stuff shifted to all the other characters.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's my actual biggest fall off. So sorry to
Okay.
wedge that back in there, but I looked
No
at my list
problem.
like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Also, The Witcher 3 video game is on my list of things that people say is great, but I've never played. And by the way, it's not this year or not last year. It's an old video game at this point,
Yeah.
but people love The Witcher 3.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I never played it.
All right. Anything else you want to add? Because I gotta get out of here.
No, man, I think that's it. I think we covered the year. What a year.
What a year. And I'm looking forward to 2026. I talked about the most anticipated thing there, but I'm gonna say one of the things I'm anticipating in general in nerd culture is just continuing to do this podcast with you, man. A highlight of my year. It gives me my creative juices, or it just feeds into it, my creativity, and just I look forward to doing it. And yeah, this is good. So thank you for
Thanks,
doing this
brother.
with me.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I feel the same way. This has been a big highlight of 2025 is starting this podcast. And, I tell people, like people ask, oh, how many people listen to you? And I'm like, not a lot, but it's not even about that.
It's
Like I
not
get a
about that
chance
at
to
all.
like connect with my boy about shit that we love. And,
Yep.
that's what it's really about. Yeah, I
Yep.
appreciate it.
All right. All them feelings.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
get out.
yeah.
So,
Follow, subscribe, do all the things, rate at Super Brothers on all the things. And we'll be back with more content throughout 2026.
all right. Peace, peace.
Peace. Happy New Year.